All right, hello and welcome. I am Tyler Gray, and this is Forged in Chaos Daily. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today, I'm going to talk about why this channel exists. The simple way to say it is because it goes along with the book. But the more complicated way to say it is this video series, like a book, you put a book out there, but a book doesn't allow you to be interactive. It doesn't allow you to constantly add to and update content. And don't get me wrong, a book is great. And I think it's a very important basis of, trying to help people. So I needed to do the book. I'm glad I did it. This video series for me is how can I interact with people daily that maybe aren't going to read the book, haven't read the book, or have read the book. How can I basically make you take action daily, which I'm a huge proponent of taking daily action. And we live our life in 24-hour cycles. That's quite frankly the way we're designed. The sun rises and sets, each day we live our life, and it's a book-ended, each day is book-ended. So for me, the way to really be successful on something is to every day spend, I'm not going to say any amount of time, but I'm going to say any amount of time working on something, even 15 minutes a day on anything, fucking playing guitar on a long enough timeline, you'll be good at it. So, do I think if you really want to be good at guitar, you'd only spend, actually, let me back up. Your daily time allotted only actually, the time is the time. So whether you spend 15 minutes a day working on something, we'll use the guitar analogy, or 3 hours a day working on playing guitar, the only thing that's changing is the timeline on how fast you hit different levels of competency or being good at something. At the end of the day, working on it every day is going to make you good. So the longer you spend, it's just the faster you're going to be good. But the absolute key is that consistency. You would be just as good doing 15 minutes every day as probably doing, 3 hours once every 4 days or something like that. I'd have to figure it out. So it's one of those things where I am a big cheerleader for working on something every day, just allotting an amount of time that you know that you can do. That's the reason I'm trying to do these videos under 15 minutes, trying to keep them around between 10 and 15 minutes. Microlearning, where you can put on one of these videos, I can talk about a subject, you can think about it, maybe hopefully gain some lessons, apply them in your own life, and move forward and progress in your personal development. So that's my intent with these videos, is to try and push people to these different, I'm just trying to lead them through the different awarenesses that I've had that's taken me years and years and years to figure all this stuff out. And hopefully you can learn from me in a 10-minute video, something that took me 10 years to learn. That's my intent. Is it maybe too high? Maybe, but I'm trying. So that's my mission, is improving people's lives daily. Now, I'm sure there's going to be times where I'm not able to post a video every day, but I'm going to call it daily. If I post it 3, 4, 5 days a week, I'm going to do as much as I can. The biggest thing I want to do is speak directly to people who, quite frankly, have experienced trauma, whether it's early in their lives, whether it's later in their lives. I feel at this point that, I never went to college. I don't have a PhD. I don't have a psychology degree, a psychiatry degree, a social worker degree. I don't have any degree for that matter, but I know trauma. So I know trauma, and I know how I worked through it myself. I know the ways that worked. I know the ways that didn't work. So if you're a mental health professional, great. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what's worked for me. You can comment in the videos. You can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. To be honest, I literally don't care at all. I am going to tell the absolute truth from my experience, what has worked for me, and hopefully that can help you. There's a bunch of people. Look at every successful entrepreneur, look at every successful inventor. There's always a bunch of people that say they're wrong. It's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. It's just noise to me now. So the mental health professionals, keep pushing your drugs, and I'll keep actually helping people. And with that, how am I going to help people? I am going to provide my experience. I'm going to provide the tools that have worked for me. I'm going to provide stories about the struggles that I struggled through and ultimately overcame. And therefore, that should provide hope, because I promise you, any and everything I talk about, there is a way out, there is hope, and you can overcome any amount of difficulty, adversity, or trauma because of one simple key. Any and all trauma that you have is in one place, and one place only: you. It is in your head and your body. It's not anywhere else. So that's a good and a bad thing. The bad part of it is it's in you. The good part of it is it's in you, and you do have some level of control of what's inside you. There are tools that we'll go over on how to overcome what is inside you. What I mean by that, though, if somebody hurt you in the past when you were a child, we'll just use, and that person's no longer in your life, they're no longer in your life. That pain from that time is still inside you, but you have the ability, you can get the tools to overcome it. You don't need their apology. You have everything within you to solve it. I know that probably seems a little crazy right now. Again, I thought I needed apologies, years ago from people that hurt me. I thought that would help me. From some people, I got apologies and it didn't do anything, because it was never going to change from them saying they were sorry. It was only going to change from me letting it go. So we'll talk more about that. We're also going to talk about what the what healing really looks like, not what you think it is, and what the process of healing looks like, which again is not what you probably think it is. It wasn't what I thought. In fact, I'll go as far to say this entire process of what's worked was not what I thought, which makes sense, because if I would have known what worked, I would have done that sooner and not done all the things that were wrong. So it really took me a long time to land on doing the one thing or the multiple things I hadn't tried, because I didn't expect that they would work, and then they worked, and then I knew that that was the way all along, but I didn't know what I didn't know at the time. One thing that I'm also going to talk about is men. Well, not talk about men. I'm going to talk for men, to men. I'm going to talk dude to dude, in a way that guys should be talked about, which is we got to drop this mentality of just bury it, man. Just bury it down, put it in a box, lock that box with some chains, and then put some big locks on those chains, and then throw it in the ocean. No, that's not what men should do. It's not what anyone should do, but it's sure not what men should do. We think it works. I can tell you from personal experience, and I think everyone listening to this knows it doesn't work. We think it works. We think that's what we should do, but it doesn't work, and it isn't what we should do. Tough is not tough. Tough is open. Tough is vulnerable. Tough is, I can feel, I can process, I can feel pain, I can cry. It doesn't change how I feel about myself. If I cry and I don't feel like less of a person from crying, that's stronger than, oh my God, I want to cry, but I can't cry because if I do cry, I'm a pussy. That's weak. We have to see it that way. And that's just a conversation. Again, it's, I grew up with, not a father figure that I didn't learn anything about being a man from my father. So I thought being a man was what I saw in the movies, which was John Wayne, don't cry, all these different things. And I think that's probably, I don't think I'm alone in that. I think there's a lot of men nowadays that grew up watching unrealistic portrayals of men and thinking that's what a man was. So I'm going to talk to dudes about dude shit. And, you know, we don't have to be stone statues. We don't have to be gargoyles. We can feel. It's okay to feel. It's better to feel. Life is better to feel. It's better to feel pain than to feel nothing. I promise you, I've done both. I've done both for a long time. And I promise you, life is better feeling. It's more risky, but it's okay. Can you get hurt? Yes. And that's okay. So that is my very short version, or I guess not short version, but that's my simplified version on why this channel exists. I hope you dig the concept, and I hope this channel can help people. I hope it can give information. I hope it can give hope. Did I just say I hope it can give hope? God. Well, I do. So I am just going to put this out there. I'm going to put myself out there, my new name. Actually, I might change the name of this. I might change the name of it. If I do, I'll just go back and redo all the video beginnings. But I might call it Patient Zero because that just sounds cool. Sounds like some zombie shit, right? But anyways, I hope you enjoy this video series. And if you do, go ahead and like this video. If you like more than this video, then just subscribe and check them all out. Especially when a new one comes, because I'm going to try and do one at least every other day, if not every day. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.